Hello students, let us continue with the chemical properties of aldehydes. Previous class we have discussed with two sets of reactions. The first one is addition reaction and the second is condensation reaction. Now let us move on to the third set of reactions which are called as oxidation reactions. Remember students, an aldehyde is very easily oxidized to carboxylic acid. What does this indicate? This indicates that aldehydes act as good reducing agents. So the oxidation reactions show the reducing property of aldehydes. Now let us look to the details of oxidation reactions. In the presence of strong oxidizing agents, I hope you all know examples for strong oxidizing agents. Either you can use acidified potassium dichromate K2Cr2O7 in H2SO4 or acidified potassium permanganate KMNO4 in H2SO4. Now these oxidizing agents generate the nascent oxygen. If you look to the general equation there, RCHO is the general formula of an aldehyde. And the nascent oxygen written in the square bracket is obtained by the reaction between K2Cr2O7 potassium dichromate and H2SO4 sulfuric acid. Now therefore the product obtained will be a carboxylic acid RC double bond OH. Now this is the general equation. We can take the example of acetaldehyde by replacing R by CH3, or even you can take the example of benzaldehyde by replacing R by phenyl group. I hope you all know phenyl group, that is C6H5. So this is the general equation. Now further you should know something about the reduction of Tollens reagent by aldehydes. Now before moving to the details of the reaction, you should know what is Tollens reagent. The chemical composition of Tollens reagent is ammoniacal silver nitrate solution. So Tollens reagent is represented as ammoniacal silver nitrate solution. Now it is obtained by taking AgNO3 silver nitrate and ammonium hydroxide NH4OH, which forms a complex and further decomposes to give Ag2O. So therefore, in the reaction equation, we represent Tollens reagent as Ag2O. Remember students. Now aldehydes reduce Tollens reagent to silver mirror on heating. Silver mirror, or sometimes you might also get a black precipitate on heating. Now aldehydes, both aliphatic as well as aromatic aldehydes, reduce Tollens reagent. Remember this. So look to the general equation there. RCHO. R can be either CH3 or C6H5 plus Tollens reagent, that is Ag2O. Oxygen adds on to RCHO so as to form RCOOH, that is carboxylic acid, and 2Ag. So downward arrow indicates the precipitate. Silver mirror is formed on the cooler parts of the test tube if you carry out the test in the laboratory. So either you get a silver mirror or sometimes even a black precipitate. For example, if you take ethanol CH3CHO with the Tollens reagent Ag2O, so you will get the product on heating as ethanoic acid CH3COOH plus silver mirror, that is 2Ag. Downward arrow is indicated. Instead of taking acetaldehyde, that is ethanol, the common name is acetaldehyde, you can also take benzaldehyde C6H5. CHO is benzaldehyde. On heating with the Tollens reagent, which is the aromatic aldehyde there, benzaldehyde, will give you the aromatic carboxylic acid benzoic acid C6H5COOH, which is benzoic acid, plus 2Ag. Silver mirror is obtained. Now the next reaction which we should see is reduction of Felling's solution. Remember that before going to the details, you should know what is a Fallings solution. Now, Fallings solution is an aqueous solution of copper sulfate. It is an aqueous solution of copper sulfate plus sodium potassium tartarate plus sodium hydroxide. So, reaction with all these will form the stable compound CuO, copper oxide. So that is nothing but the chemical representation in the reaction equation for Fallings solution. One very important thing which you need to remember is that only aliphatic aldehydes, remember this, only aliphatic aldehydes reduce Fallings solution to a red precipitate of cuprous oxide on heating. This is very, very important. So you should take the example of only an aliphatic aldehyde. I will tell you the reason why aromatic aldehydes do not reduce Fallings solution. Now, if you take the example of ethanol or acetaldehyde CH3CHO on heating with Fallings solution to CuO, you will get CH3COOH, that is nothing but ethanoic acid or acetic acid, and a red precipitate of Cu2O, which is nothing but cuprous oxide. Now, the reason why aromatic aldehydes do not reduce Fallings solution is because of the conversion of the aromatic aldehyde to the corresponding aromatic alcohol and sodium salt of the corresponding carboxylic acid by the alkali which is present. So I have indicated the alkali here. It is sodium hydroxide present in Fallings solution. Therefore, only aliphatic aldehydes reduce Fallings solution. Now the next set of reactions, this is in detail regarding the oxidation reactions of aldehydes. Now the next set of reactions are categorized as special reactions, and the first named reaction in this category is nothing but Cannizaro's reaction, a very important named reaction, students. It is called as Cannizaro's reaction. In case of Cannizaro's reaction, aldehydes having no hydrogen at the alpha carbon atom with respect to CHO group. Now you should know what is an aldehyde, the alpha carbon atom in the aldehyde. Now this is the CHO, that is the functional group carbon. With respect to CHO, the immediate first adjacent carbon atom will be called as the alpha carbon atom. Now this is the alpha carbon atom. If you take benzaldehyde, now this is benzaldehyde. So with respect to the carbon of CHO group, the adjacent carbon is called as the alpha carbon atom. Now this alpha carbon atom does not have hydrogen. It already has 4 bonds, 1, 2, 3, 4. Tetravalence is satisfied. So aldehydes having no hydrogen at alpha carbon atom answer Cannizaro's reaction. One example is that of benzaldehyde, which I have taken here. Even you can take formaldehyde, that is HCHO. That is also possible. So aldehydes having no hydrogen at alpha carbon atom, when treated with concentrated alkali solution like sodium hydroxide, NaOH is sodium hydroxide. Remember here 2 molecules of benzaldehyde are taken, because one molecule undergoes oxidation, the other molecule undergoes reduction. So therefore simultaneous oxidation and reduction takes place to form the corresponding alcohol and salt of corresponding carboxylic acid. If I take one particular example, here I have taken benzaldehyde C6H5CHO, 2 molecules with concentrated sodium hydroxide NaOH. This is concentrated sodium hydroxide. The product obtained will be C6H5CH2OH, benzyl alcohol, and sodium benzoate C6H5COO Na. So this is called as Cannizaro's reaction. Now after the first named reaction, Cannizaro's reaction, The very next important named reaction is called as aldol condensation. In special reaction category, the next reaction is aldol condensation. Now look to the name there, aldol. First three alphabets ALD indicate the aldehydic functional group, that is CHO. And the next OL indicates the functional group of an alcohol, OH. So the product will be having both aldehydic as well as alcoholic functional groups. Contrary to Canizaro's reaction, aldol condensation reaction is answered by those aldehydes which contain alpha hydrogen atom. So aldol condensation is answered by those aldehydes which contain alpha hydrogen atom. Now you should know which is the alpha hydrogen atom. Alpha hydrogen atom are those hydrogen atoms which are present bonded to the alpha carbon. And as I have told, alpha carbon is the immediate first carbon with respect to the aldehydic functional group CHO. For example, if I take ethanol or acetaldehyde CH3CHO, so the alpha carbon is CH3 carbon with respect to CHO group, and this has 3 hydrogen atoms bonded. So therefore there are 3 alpha hydrogen atoms. So aldehydes containing alpha hydrogen atoms undergo self-condensation. So once again, for self-condensation, not less than 2 molecules, you require 2 molecules of the same compound. Now this reaction takes place in the presence of dilute alkali like sodium hydroxide to form an aldol that is called as a beta hydroxyaldehyde. So with respect to the principal functional group CHO, the secondary functional group will be OH. So this will be the alpha carbon, this will be the beta carbon. So it is beta hydroxyaldehyde, which is the product formed. Now in particular, if I take the example of acetaldehyde or ethanol, yes, this is acetaldehyde or ethanol. Just look the students, CH3CHO, CH3CHO. Just to show the formation of product, I have written it in these two forms. It is the same molecule. This is also acetaldehyde, this is also acetaldehyde. Now the carbonyl group being polar, just look to the arrow there, this is form C plus O minus. And here these pair of electrons shift between these two carbon atoms. H plus is picked by O minus. So that here you will get C single bond OH, and a single bond is formed between these two carbon atoms. The product will be CH3CHOH with a single bond CH2CHO, which is indicated here. So here it is CH3CHOH CH2CHO. So beta hydroxyaldehyde is the product. If you look to the product there, in general it is called as acetaldol, since it is obtained from self-condensation of 2 molecules of acetaldehyde. Now just look to the IUPAC name of the product there. There are 4 carbon atoms, and numbering indicates that the principal functional group is aldehydic group CHO, and the secondary functional group is the hydroxy group OH group. So therefore just look to the number there. So OH becomes a hydroxy group there, hence it is named as 3-hydroxy-1-butanol. You can indicate 1 or you can omit 1. So it is either 3-hydroxy-1-butanol or simply 3-hydroxy-butanol. So further, the reaction on heating, the product formed here, the same product I have written here, CH3CHOH CH2CHO, which is nothing but the product formed acetaldol. On simple heating, it will eliminate a water molecule. H plus and OH minus is eliminated as H2O. Shift in the position of pair of electrons. The product formed will be, just look here, double bond is introduced between these two carbon atoms. OH minus and H plus is eliminated as water. The product will have the formula CH3CH. Here it will be double bond CHCHO. So on heating, minus H2O, the product formed will be CH3 CH double bond CHCHO. With respect to the carbon of aldehyde group, the adjacent carbon will be alpha, next will be beta. So there is a double bond between alpha and beta carbon atoms. So you will get an alpha beta unsaturated aldehyde. The popular common name of this product is crotonaldehyde. It is called as crotonaldehyde, whereas the IUPAC name given is 2-butene-1-al. 2-butene-1-al is the IUPAC name of crotonaldehyde. Now this is regarding the aldol condensation reaction. Now there is one more reaction called as cross-aldol condensation. In case of cross-aldol condensation, very important point to be noted is that there will be two molecules of the aldehyde. Both will be different and both will not have, both the reactant molecules taken in case of cross-aldol condensation will contain alpha hydrogen atoms. Both will be having alpha hydrogen atoms. So I have taken an example of CH3CHO, that is ethanol or acetaldehyde. Next is propanol, CH3CH2CHO. Try to write the products obtained in this reaction equation. On heating, you will get two molecules due to self-condensation and the other two molecules due to cross-condensation. Self-condensation will be between similar molecules, that is two molecules of ethanol and two molecules of propanol. Whereas cross-condensation will be between one molecule of ethanol and one molecule of propanol. First, interchange it, one molecule of propanol and one molecule of ethanol. So you will get four different products. The reaction should be written in the same pattern as for aldol condensation. Once aldol condensation becomes clear, the formation of products in cross-aldol condensation also become easier. So the last set of reactions are reduction reactions, about which I will discuss in the next class. Hope the reactions discussed till here you have understood it